Matt Shepard?
It's just a party and he asked me. He's really nice.
Yeah, gee, you made me.
You guys getting some good work done over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it. What's the bright one?
Mizar. It's double star.
Good. The one next to it?
Alcor.
Good, Peterman. And the one next to that?
I don't know.
It's McGrath.
I don't think so.
Well, you just said you didn't know.
Well, it's not McGrath. It's something else. Look. It's south, about 10 degrees.
Yeah, it's probably a satellite. Let's take another picture. We'll send it to Dr. Wolf.
Yes, sir.
It's McGrath.
Not McGrath.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Oh, hello there, little fella. Do I know you? You go on in such a hurry. There.
technology have to do with anything?
O presidente dele vai começar o seu discurso.
Ms. Lerner. Hi, Beth. Right this way. I've got you right down here.
Excuse me.
Okay. He'll find you for the first question, then you're on your own.
Hey, how are you? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please. The president will begin by addressing the nation. Please hold your questions until he's finished his remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Hello, everybody.
10 seconds, Mr. President. 5, 4.
Good evening. A few minutes ago, the United States ambassadors to every country in the world told the leaders of those nations what I am about to tell you. It's a bit complicated, so it will take some time, so I hope you will bear with me, hear what I have to say. A little over a year ago, two American astronomers, Marcus Wolf and Leo Biederman, working on a mountaintop in Arizona, saw something
Nobody say
in the night
anything.
sky that caused them great concern. A comet. But the comet was, well, there was a remote possibility that the comet was on a path that could bring it into direct contact with the Earth. Now, we get hit all the time by rocks and meteors, some of them the size of cars, some no bigger than your hand. But the comet we discovered is the size of New York City, from the north side of Central Park to the Battery, about 7 miles long. Put another way, this comet is larger than Mount Everest. It weighs 500 billion tons. Our chances are this thing is
Astrophysicists, geologists, and climatologists.
Where the hell is science? Okay, Paris, Edward, Tokyo, Tel Aviv. I want it everywhere.
Did the Hale Bob stand-ups?
And graphics! I need graphics!
Comets began far out in space. They're what's left over from the creation of the solar system, after the planets were formed billions of years ago. Now, these chunks of space debris are in an elongated orbit around our sun. But every now and then, one of them gets bumped, sort of like a billiard ball on a pool table, and is knocked into a different orbit. Now, if this comet continues on its path around the sun and keeps its present course, sometime on August 16th, roughly a year from now, there's a chance that we might have impact. So for the past 8 months, the United States and Russia have been building the largest spaceship ever constructed. It's being built in orbit around the Earth, and we call it the Messiah. And right now, a team of American astronauts and one Russian are at Cape Canaveral in Florida. In 2 months, they will leave on the shuttle Atlantis to board the Messiah. This is the crew that will stop the comet. I'd like the world to meet some extraordinary people. First is Mission Commander Oren Monash. Commander, would you introduce us to your team?
I would be honored, sir. Pilot Andrea Baker, Medical Officer Gus Partenza. From Russia, Nuclear Specialist Colonel Mikhail Tulchinsky. Navigator Mark Simon, and Rendezvous Pilot Spurgeon Tanner.
Hello, Mr. President.
Captain Tanner, you flew 6 shuttle missions. You were the last man to walk on the moon, weren't you, sir?
Yes, sir, but Oren here will be doing most of the flying on this one. I'll just be taking us down to the comet's surface.
Well, it's good to know we're going to have your kind of experience up there, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
Godspeed to you all. We're counting on you.
Thank you, sir.
Oxford, Beijing, Rome, St. Paulo, Cairo, Berlin. Does anyone know how big the one was that killed all the dinosaurs?
Something majestic, mysterious. It will say fanfare for the intro and the theme to the long promos.
You want it hitting the goddamn earth? Well, that's what he's saying. Bring that up again.
It'll scare the shit out of me.
Any disruption of our way of life. Our society will continue as normal. Work will go on. You will pay your bills. There will be no hoarding. There will be no sudden profiteering. I'm freezing all wages, all prices. What a bottle of water cost you yesterday, it will cost you tomorrow. Now I'll take a few questions. Ms. Lerner?
Jenny Lerner, MSNBC.
Jenny Lerner?
Son of a bitch.
Mr. President, why wasn't this announcement made sooner?
Well, until we knew we could build the rocket and the comet could be intercepted, we saw no reason to alarm the planet.
Okay, all flight controllers, we're at T-minus 30 seconds and counting. Let's take a close look.
APUs look good. Logs and LH2 are pressurized.
10, 9.
Flight, we're go for auto sequence.
Roger, Jerry. Good luck and Godspeed, Atlas.
Thanks, Mitch.
3, 2, 1.
Propelled by 500,000 pounds of liquid fuel, the shuttle crew heads toward their initial destination. When the crew enters the Messiah, they will find a payload of 8 nuclear devices that will eventually be used to blow up the comet. The Messiah itself will be powered by an experimental nuclear propulsion system that was originally created for a very different purpose. That program was called Orion. Now, with the help of Russian engineers, a technology designed to propel weapons of mass destruction will power the ship that will intercept the greatest threat our planet has ever faced.
Orion burn. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, Beth, White House reactions. Mary Ann, the whole world watching. We have enough satellite space?
78 uplinks.
Tim, mission control in Houston. Ira, the science guys lined up.
If they got a PhD, we own them.
All right, this is the most important story of our lives. Let's not muck it up.
Stuart, what about me?
You're on the anchor deck, and you could have been there a lot sooner.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Don't ever hold back a story from me again. Messiah, Houston. Transfer trajectory is go. Cancel MCC-1. Your go to configure for coast.
Roger, Houston, we're looking good here.
Jesus, that's big. Holy shit. Господи. Wow. Sweet mother of God.
All circuit breakers are open. Master arm is off. Roger. And the detonator system is safe.
Messiah, Houston. Stand by for an uplink from the final mall coordinates. Confirm when complete.
We'll go, Houston.
Hey, how's it coming?
Loading first nuke now. 1,000 feet to standoff. R. 3, 5X, 2Y. 500 feet. R. 0.3, 3X, 1.5Y. Go for auto trajectory. We're there.
Residuals are null.
Disengage Orion.
Orion disengaged. You're on the bypass.
This is a special presentation of MSNBC News with Jenny Lerner.
Good evening. Sometime in the next hour, the Messiah mission will enter its most critical phase, the interception of Wolf Biederman and the setting of the nuclear devices that will deflect it off its collision course with Earth. But first, Captain Spurgeon Tanner will have to guide the spacecraft through the blizzard of rocks, sand, and ice that make up the comet's tail, or coma. The crew will have to complete its work before the sun rises.
Sublimator looks good, Mick. Disengaging auto now. Eyeballs out from here on in.
How come that doesn't make me feel any better?
I heard that.
Lights on. Cameras on.
On the Mississippi River in Mark Twain's time, there were riverboat pilots who only knew a few miles of the river. I mean, conditions changed so much you couldn't know the whole trip. Floods, sandbars, fallen logs. It was all a riverboat pilot could do was to know his little piece of the puzzle. So, for the next few hours, this is my ship. We start our approach.
Are images from cameras mounted inside the cargo bay of the Messiah. Now, these images are delayed by approximately 20 seconds due to the distance they must travel. Okay, you can see that the image is breaking up a bit. Houston is prepared for this. They've informed us that due to the uncertain makeup of the comet's coma, they're unsure whether or not transmission will be possible. Okay, now it appears we're losing reception here. Okay, we've lost picture now, but we will stay on the air. We'll stay with you through all of this.
Prop 96%. DAC is a descent.
Roger. Descent.
Oh my God. Look at these. They're the size of houses.
Oh, yeah, I know. I say. Primary thrusters.
Thrusters.
What's the descent rate?
3 feet per second. 2.
Mark the other pitons.
Pitons fired. Leveling out. Depressurizing bay.
opening payload doors. Don't let that little bit of gravity down there go to your heads. Okay. Start the clock.
If all is going according to schedule, the astronauts should now be placing the moles on the comet's surface. The moles are, well, they're what they sound like. They are drilling machines that burrow to a depth of 100 meters, where they wait to be detonated. Each one carries a 5,000 kiloton warhead.
How's our time? It's getting tight. 1:36:30.
It's taking too long.
Yep.
What happens if they do not get off the comet's surface in time?
The sun striking the comet will cause the temperature to rise 350 degrees in just a few minutes, activate the high-speed gas jets. Well, if that happens, it will be like trying to work in a minefield.
Mark, what's your mole 4 readout?
Mole 4 running true at 75 feet. Son of a bitch. What? It's stuck. Try backing it up.
What's your depth?
75 feet.
That enough?
No, that'll just break pieces off the surface.
That's not deep enough.
Yeah, Fish, I know that's not deep enough. I'm going in. Orin, no. No, I'm gonna see if I can free it up. Standby tether attached. All right, I got you.
Orin, suit pressure 3.5.
How's my time?
23:57.
Another 6 minutes, they won't have time to get back to us.
Blow the tether. Let's go get them.
If we go after them, we may not have enough fuel to get off the surface.
Oh, the goddamn tether!
Mole 3 at depth. We're heading your way, Orin.
Calculate exactly how much prop we need to get off the trough. We'll shut it down when we hit it.
Will do.
It opens up into a cave down here. Mole got jammed against the side.
Okay, Fish, Team 2 at location 4. Give me your hand. What the hell happened?
I don't know. Everything was going great. We got jammed up at 75 feet. Okay, hold up. All right, try backing it up. Roger that.
That's it.
A little more.
Shut it down.
They always put extra in this tank.
Fish, shut it down.
Come on, you bastard! Come on! Time!
102. Figure we better pick you kids up after school. Check your 6, 100 yards.
I think we better hurry, boys.
sun's rising behind you. It's coming up fast.
Face shields down!
Oh, Christ. Get the hell out of there!
Get your visor down!
All right, we got it.
Oh God, we're losing one. He's got escape velocity 1,000 feet and climbing.
Mark McHale, get the hell out of there! Primary thrusters.
Payload door's still open.
Close them as we go. Houston, all molds are at depth. Nuke's hot and ready. Lost Potenza to explosive outgassing. And Monash is injured.
We have to go get gas.
There's no time for that. Repressurize the cargo bay.
He's going to die out there. We can still find him. He has a beacon.
I don't have time to argue with you. Just sit down, be quiet.
I'm on the fucking locator.
Use most of our propellant to get us out of the coma.
We can't just leave him. We have to go back.
If we go back for Gus, we all die.
We can't just leave him in space.
Sit down, Ray. Sit down. It's okay.
The Messiah has safely lifted off the comet, but sadly Gus Partenza has been lost. Gus Partenza, a native of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and graduate of Carnegie Mellon University, joined the NASA space program shortly after completing his medical training at Duke University. Dr. Partenza was selected specifically for this mission, not only for his medical expertise, but also for his dedication to the advancement of space technology. With the loss of Dr. Gus Partenza and with Orrin Monash injured, Captain Spurgeon Tanner is now in charge of the mission. The Messiah has successfully docked with the Orion-powered boosters and is now prepared to detonate the bombs planted on Wolf Biederman. The Messiah's exterior-mounted camera will show us the detonation, but not before being temporarily blocked out by the nuclear blast. Once again, let me remind you there is a 20-second delay, so when the picture comes back to us, the comet should already have been knocked off its present course.
Prepare to remove safeties and fire.
Safeties removed. Weapons armed.
so now we're just waiting for the picture to come back?
Decompression in Area 6.
Yes, I'm still here.
We're live in 10 seconds. Cue the president.
Mr. President, 5, 4, 3.
Hello, America. It is my unhappy duty to report to you that the Messiah has failed. This computer-enhanced radar image from Houston shows how the detonation succeeded, however, did not destroy the comet. There are now two pieces, one 6 miles wide, the other 1.5 miles. Both are still on the path towards Earth. We've lost communication with the Messiah spacecraft, although we continue to track it visually. We don't know how many are alive. We don't know their condition. Now we have to make some decisions together. What do we do? You have a choice. We have a choice. Right now. Ever since the comet was discovered, we've been hoping and working for the best, but we've also been planning for the worst. Our strategy has been twofold. First, our Strategic Missile Command is preparing to coordinate with the Russians a massive strike of Titan missiles to intercept the comets. If we can deflect these comets enough, they will bounce harmlessly off our atmosphere and head on out into space. Unfortunately, the Titans cannot be launched until the comets are only a few hours away. And while we are confident the missile attack will succeed, it is only prudent that we now take cautionary steps to ensure the continuation of our way of life, to guarantee that there will be enough of us left to rebuild a new world in the unlikely event that the comets do strike the Earth. So, in the soft limestone of Missouri, we've been preparing a network of immense caves, and they're almost finished. And we can put 1 million people in them. And that 1 million people can survive there underground for 2 years until the air clears and the dust settles. Now, the cave is more than a dormitory. It's our new Noah's Ark. We're storing seeds and seedlings, plants, animals, enough to start over. On August 10th, a computer will randomly select 800,000 Americans to join the 200,000 scientists, doctors, engineers, teachers, soldiers, and artists who have already been chosen. Other countries are preparing similar caves along whatever lines they feel are best to preserve their way of life. This is ours. Beginning tonight and continuing until the crisis passes, I am declaring a state of martial law. The armed forces and the National Guard are working with local law enforcement. A national curfew begins at midnight tonight. Now, wherever you are, go home. Stay off the roads after sunset. Crimes against persons or property will be dealt with swiftly and harshly. News stations around the nation are being faxed copies of the lottery procedure as we speak, and they'll be broadcasting the details to you in a few moments. I wish... No. Wishing is wrong. It's the wrong word right now. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, I believe in God. I know a lot of you don't, but I still want to offer a prayer for our survival, mine included. Because I believe that God, whomever you hold that to be, hears all prayers, even if sometimes the answer is no. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord lift up his divine countenance upon you and give you peace.
And in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We now have the details for the National Lottery. Those of you who have been pre-selected will be notified within the next few minutes. For the rest, on the night of August 10th, those whose social security numbers have been randomly selected by computer will be notified. While some Americans over 50 years of age have been pre-selected for the ARC due to their expertise in a necessary field of study, no men and women over 50 in the general population will be included in the lottery. The evacuation of those who have been selected for the ARC will take no longer than 2 days beginning on August 12th. During this 2-day period, no unofficial travel will be permitted. Those selected will be taken by bus and train to the underground ARC site by military personnel. Civil defense teams have been formed in every town with a population over 5,000. They will distribute supplies and organize group shelters in underground parking facilities and other appropriate sites. Construction plans, equipment lists, and locations for securing the necessary
Hello?
provisions, along with
Yes, this is Ellen Biederman.
how to grow your own food underground and how to purify water, are now available on the internet at
We've been pre-selected.
www.fcda.gov.
Chuck, where are you going?
Our phone, they could be calling.
Beginning on August 9th. The only phones that ring will be those of the people selected. That's it. That's all there is.
I have to say, it's liberating knowing that I'm not going to be called. I don't think I've ever been happier.
More street fighting in Moscow as food and fuel shortages
Listen up. Hold it right there. Biederman. Yeah, that's us. IDs, please. Yeah. Right here. There's 4 of us. Lewis?
This is my wife, Sarah. We have a marriage license.
I have it right here. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's move it out.
Mom? Wait! Sir, my parents are coming too!
Wait, the Hotchners. The Hotchners are coming too.
H-O-T-C.
H-N-E-R.
No, it's not here.
No, it has to be there. Ficta sent their names to the White House.
They're not there. Just check the goddamn list again, will you, sir? Neil, give me your bag.
They must be there.
Ellen, give me your bag, sweet. No, they're not on the list. I'm sorry. Let's go. We have to go.
Sir, you don't understand.
Leo, can you check it one more
Put you on the
time?
list. They said your names are on the list. Sarah,
I put them on the list.
We're not on the list.
No, but
I need the Biedermans on the bus now.
Dad, I want to stay with you.
What?
No,
Yo, let's
no,
grab
no,
her.
no, no.
Get her
We
on
have
the
to
bus.
go.
No, I need to stay with you.
Sarah. Sarah, you need to go.
No, I have to stay with you, Dad.
Listen, I'm not going anywhere
Please, can you
without you.
understand?
Honey,
Sarah,
you don't know what she's doing.
Come or stay, young lady. This bus is moving on.
Terry.
On the bus. Get on the bus.
Chuck, we'll work it out when we get there.
Welcome to the Ark. I'm section leader for Orange 254. Remember that. It's where you'll be calling home the next 2 years. So gather your things and follow me to the orientation gallery.
If you have been designated as a civilian section officer, report to section red 116. Once again, if you have been designated as a civilian section officer, report to section red 116 on entry.
Leo.
I'm not coming.
Leo, come with us right now.
I have to go back for Sarah.
Leo.
Mom, I'm going.
John, what are you doing?
Giving him something to trade, that's what I'm doing. I want this. That's enough. God damn it. Take care of yourself, okay? I'm gonna make it.
What about Entrican?
We have now confirmed the launch of all the Titan missiles from their positions in North Dakota and Wyoming. The comets are now approximately 14 hours outside of Earth's atmosphere, and we are told it should take these missiles less than 20 minutes to reach their target.
Okay, here's what we're looking at. All of the Titans have been launched. We still won't know if they've made a difference. The comets have to travel for a while before the radar tracking stations can see if they've been pushed to a safe course that'll bypass the Earth. So, one more time, we have to wait.
Are we on?
We're on, Mr. President.
Our missiles have failed. The comets are still headed for Earth, and there's nothing we can do to stop them. So this is it. If the world does go on, it will not go on for everyone. We have now been able to calculate the comet's final trajectories, and we have determined where they're going to strike. The smaller of the two comets, Biedermann, will hit first, somewhere along the Atlantic seaboard, probably in the waters off the coast of Cape Hatteras, in just under 12 hours at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The impact of the comet is going to be, well, disastrous. There will be a very large tidal wave moving quickly through the Atlantic Ocean. It'll be 100 feet high, traveling at 1,100 miles an hour. That's faster than the speed of sound. As the wave reaches shallow water, it's going to slow down, but the wave height, depending on the depth of the shelf off the coast, will be anywhere from 1,000 to 3,500 feet high. Where the land is flat, the wave will wash inland 600 to 700 miles. The wave will hit our nation's capital 40 minutes after impact. New York City, Boston, Atlanta, Philadelphia, all will be destroyed. If you have any means of getting away from the path of this wave, leave now. The impact of the larger comet will be nothing less than an extinction-level event. It will strike land in western Canada 3 hours after Biedermann. Within a week, the skies will be dark with dust from the impact, and they will stay dark for 2 years. All plant life will be dead within 4 weeks. Animal life within a few months. So that's it. Good luck to us all.
High ground in West Virginia and take Jenny to the Arch. Short stick goes.
I always thought it was women and children first.
If you get the short one, you can give up your seat.
Thank God.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm sorry, Beth.
There's always a road. We'll be okay. Come on. Ah, that's my girl.
Okay, that's it.
Sarah! Where's the key? Where's the key?
What are you doing?
Where'd you go?
We have to go now. Come on. Come on! Jenny, we have to go.
The road was so crowded, it was obvious we weren't going to make it. So I thought, well, if the wave does come, that we should be here because she likes it here. And I mean, we're on the 15th floor, so maybe we'll be okay. You say goodbye to Jim. What are you doing?
Come on.
Jenny, what are you doing? Go, Katie! Oh my God, Katie! Katie!
You don't have any time.
Come on.
You have to go now.
No. Put this on. Daddy! Daddy, what are you doing? I want you to take the baby. What? No.
Yes, no arguments.
No. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. That is first, honey.
Yes.
Mom. Sweetheart, listen to me. Let go. Put this on. I love you. I love you too. I've always loved you.
I love you.
Take care, honey. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon.
Get out of here, Leo. Go to